I'm Lisa Mascaro. I'm the Chief Congressional Correspondent for the Associated Press. Speaker Nancy Pelosi is making a historic, controversial visit to Taiwan. It is the first U.S. visit by a top American official in 25 years. Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan is a real capstone to her career. She's been in office some 30 years. You know, she represents the city of San Francisco, which of course has a very large Asian American population, but it's deeper than that for Speaker Pelosi. One of her first visits as a young congresswoman was to China, to Tiananmen Square, shortly after the student uprising and massacre there. She used her visit as a signal of U.S. support for human rights there in China, and human rights around the world. The visit has generated widespread diplomatic concerns between Washington and Beijing. China views it as potentially provocative, and there were a little domestic politics here at home. President Joe Biden said the U.S. military did have concerns about Speaker Pelosi's visit, but in the United States, the White House and the Congress, they are co-equal branches of government, and many lawmakers really rallied around Speaker Pelosi as the leader of the Congress and said, Congress is able to make its own decision and exert its own points of view on foreign and domestic affairs. And so that's why you saw so many lawmakers of both parties really rallying around this visit.
She won't be the last to go over there. I'd love to see President Biden go.
She's there, we're supporting the trip, and we're closing ranks behind her.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken told reporters last week, there is no need to come to blows over this visit. This is simply the visit by a U.S. leader to the island of Taiwan, and it does not necessarily need to be received the way some in China have positioned it as provocative or something that could require some sort of response by Beijing.
We are looking for them, in the event she decides to visit, to act responsibly and not to engage in any escalation going forward.
It's a rare role for the Speaker, but 25 years ago, another U.S. Speaker, Newt Gingrich, made a trip to Taiwan in a show of support for the island democracy. It was seen as an important trip then, just as Speaker Pelosi's visit is seen as an extremely important visit now.